so let's have stage 7.
Yay.
777. Yeah, my lucky number 7. Yeah, that's my birthday there, right? So anyways, let's start with this. I'm gonna open your book. Are you ready?
Okay.
Good. I like this. Okay, ready? Get it. So do you like to see two cars racing each other along the road? Do you like to see two cars racing each other along the road? Yes, no?
No.
I don't like
I
to
don't
see
like
two
to see
cars
two cars
racing each
racing
other
each
along
other
the road.
along the road
Why not? Why not? Because it's
because
too
it's too
dangerous.
dangerous.
Could you race me to the station and back without stopping? Could you race me to the station back without stopping? Yes, I could
Yes, I
race
could
you
race you
to the
to the
station
station
and
and
back without
without
stopping.
stopping.
Should a good driver, guys. If you run against a horse, for example, in a race, if you run in a race against a horse, who'd win? If you ran in a race against a horse, who'd win? If I ran in
If
a
I ran in a
race
race
against a
against the
horse,
horse
the horse
the
do
horse
win.
to win. It
Yeah.
might be me.
I don't know if I get to like. Let me try.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, I
they can.
remember.
Ah,
Yeah,
my voice is
yeah.
back. All right.
I can win if
Wow.
it's you.
I'm not a horse, okay? I'm a pony. Not the horse, I'm a pony. So she accepted. Terrible. Another, so if, do you think, yeah, hello. Do you think that when a man murders someone, he really realizes what he's doing at the time, really, or realizes the consequences of his actions? Again, do you think that when a man murders someone, he really realizes what he's doing at the time and realizes the consequences of his actions? Yes, no?
Yes.
I think
I
that when a
think
man
that
murders someone, when a
when
man
a
murders
man
someone,
murders someone,
he really
he
realizes
really
that
he really
realizes
that
what he is doing at the
what he's
time.
doing at the time.
I realizes
I
the
realize the
consequences.
consequences.
Realizes the
Realizes the
consequences
consequences
of his
of his
actions.
actions.
Consequences. Open your mouth. You can do it. Again, did you realize that in some large cities in the world there are more rats than people? Did you realize that in some large cities in the world there are more rats than people? Yes, no.
Yes,
Yes, I
I
realized that
realize that
in some
in
large
some
cities
large
in the
cities
world
in the world,
there are more rats
there are
than
more
people.
rats than people.
When I came here, I couldn't see anymore. So
Mm.
far, they used to be my best friends, you know. Okay, have you got an ambition? Have you got an ambition? Yes, no. Yes, I've got an ambition.
Yes,
Yes, I've
I've
got an
got an
ambition.
ambition.
What's your ambition? What's your ambition? My ambition
My
is
ambition is
to become a
to
Callan
become a
teacher.
Callan teacher.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, do you think you'll ever realize your ambition? Do you think you ever realize your ambition? Yes, I
Yes,
think
I think
I'll
I'll
realize my
realize my
ambition.
ambition.
Why?
Why?
Why? Because I'm working on it.
Because I'm working on it.
Yep. Again, listen to me. When the past tense of a regular verb ends in DED or TED, how do you pronounce the final sound? When the past tense of a regular verb ends in DED or TED, how do you pronounce the final sound? When the past
When the
tense
past
of
tense of
no,
the
past
past
tense
tense
of
of
a
a
regular
regular
verb
verb
ends in
ends
DED or
in
TED,
D or T
DED,
D D or T
what DED or
D or
TED,
T E
we
D.
pronounce
We
the
pronounce the
final sound.
final sound.
It.
It.
Yeah, I need to put ed because of the sound, right? If I did hello. Give me some examples, please. Give me some examples. This is included,
Included,
lasted,
lasted,
etc.
etc.
See, that's why I need to do TED. Another with the past tense of a regular. You don't guess that feeling when your tongue already twisted inside. When the past tense of a regular verb does not end in did or td or let's say dead or ted, how do you pronounce the final sound? When the past tense of a regular verb does not end in did or ted, how do you pronounce the final sound? When the past
When the
tense
past
of
tense of
what a regular
a
verb
regular verb
does not end
does
in
not end
did or
in
ted,
D D or T D.
yes, again, did or ted, we
Did or Ted,
pronounce
we
the final
pronounce the
sound
final sound.
or
T, t.
right, that's correct. You're gonna say the
D.
that's why I need to say DED or TED, right? So give me some examples. Just give me some examples, please. Crossed, seemed,
Crossed, seemed,
etc.
etc.
Yep. So another, what does the verb to lead mean in Japanese? What does the verb to lead mean in Japanese? The verb to
The
lead
verb to
means
lead means
what
michibiku
in
in
Japanese?
Japanese.
Okay. And what was the other one? What was that?
Huh?
Oku.
Oku?
What was that?
What is the word?
Oku.
I
What?
forgot.
Oh, yeah.
設置する set.
Set. Okay. She changed it. Okay. Yeah, you're safe. Another. What are the three forms of lead? What are the three forms of lead? The three forms
The
of
three
lead are
forms of lead
Lead are-
are lead, let.
leader. Yes, that's correct. Lead. Another. If I traveled north along the main road of leading out of this town, where did it lead me to? If I traveled north along the main road of this town or out of this town, where did it lead me to? If you traveled
If you
north
travel north
along the main
along the
road
main road
leading out of the town,
leading out of the town,
it'll lead you to
it'll lead
Mactan.
to you
To
to
Mactan.
Mactan.
Yes, that's correct. Yes, disagree. Yeah. So search for me, guys. Where am I now? Again, another. If it were nighttime and very dark, and we came to an old house standing alone in the country, which we thought might be full of ghosts, would you be willing to lead the way into the house? Again, if it were nighttime and very dark, and we came to an old house, standing alone in the country where we thought might be full of ghosts, would you be willing to lead the way into the house? Yes, no. No. If it were nighttime
If it were nighttime
and very
and
dark,
very dark,
and we came to an
and we
old
came
house.
to an old house,
We came to
We-
an old house.
we came to an old house
Standing alone in the
standing
country.
alone in the country,
In the country. And which we
and
thought
which we
might be full of
might
ghosts.
be full of ghosts.
I wouldn't be willing to lead the way.
I wouldn't
Be willing
to
lead away
lead away
into the house.
into the house
Why not? Why not? Because
because I'm scared of you.
you never change your answer. Oh, Becky. So cute ghost. You're like, oh, the ghost cannot fly. Why it's so heavy? So sad. Another, would you say you'd led a fairly comfortable life? Again, would you say you'd led a fairly comfortable life? Yes, I'd say.
Yes, I'd say
I'd led a
very
fairly
comfortable
fairly
life.
comfortable
Fairly
life.
comfortable life.
Yep. Okay, what about this one? So when we are talking about the future, what do we use the word eventually? Again, when we are talking about the future, what do we use the word eventually? When we are
When we're
talking
talking
about the future, we use the word eventually.
We use eventually.
We use the word
We
eventually.
use the eventually.
We use
We
the
use
word
the word
eventually
eventually
when we know that something
when we know that something
is going
is
to
going to
happen,
happen,
but we don't know when.
but we don't know when.
Give examples. I will eventually
I will
be
eventually
able to
be
speak
able to
English
speak English
very well.
very well.
Well, again, another, will it eventually rain again? Will it eventually rain again? Yes, it'll
Yes,
eventually
it'll eventually
rain
rain
again.
again.
When we don't know.
We don't know.
It's very hot here in the Philippines, actually. Whew, amazing. Hey guys, summer feels another. If you had a car and you didn't take care of it, what did eventually happen? If you had a car and you didn't take care of it, what did eventually happen? If I had a
If I
car
had a car
and I didn't
and
take care
it
of it,
didn't care
and
and I didn't take care
take
of
care of
it,
it
it'll
eventually
eventually
break down.
break down.
Yep. When a car breaks down, Miyu, are you any good at making it go again? Again, when a car breaks down, are you any good at making it go again? Yes, no?
No.
No, when a car breaks
When
down,
a car breaks down,
I'm not any good
and
at
I'm not
any good at making
making
it go
it
again.
go again.
Yep. So do you think mobile phones will all eventually have touch screens? Again, do you think that mobile phones will all eventually have touch screens? Yes, I think
Yes, I
mobile
think mobile
phones
phones
will all
will
eventually
all
have
eventually have
touch
touch
screens.
screens.
It will become hologram in the future. Another, so when we are talking about the past, me, what does the word eventually mean? When we are talking about the past, what does the word eventually mean? When we are
When we're
talking
talking
about
about
the past,
the past,
the word eventually means
it'll eventually means
the word
the
eventually
word
means
eventually means
after all that,
after all that,
or in the
all
end,
in the end,
or in the end.
or in the end.
Give an example. Let's give an example. He lived in
He
different
lived in
countries
different country
for many years,
for many years,
but eventually
but
bought a house
eventually I bought a house
in England.
in England.
Yep. Do you have to supply your own pen and paper for doing dictations, or does the school supply with them? Do you have to supply your own pen and paper for doing dictations, or does the school supply you with them? I have to
I
supply
have to
my
supply my own
own pen and
pen
paper
and paper
for doing
for doing
dictations.
dictations.
Yep. Do you know where that town gets its water supply from? Do you know where that town gets its water supply from? No, I don't
I
know.
don't know
Where this
where
town
this town
gets its water
gets
supply
its
from.
water supply from. Supply from.
Yes, she got it, guys. No need to correct. She did it. Again, and if you put a piece of iron onto water, would it float? If you put a piece of iron onto water, would it float? No, if I
No,
put a piece of iron
if I put a piece of iron
onto
onto
water,
water,
it wouldn't float.
it wouldn't float.
It did
It'd sink.
sink. Yep, it did sink. Another, what are the forms of sink? What are the forms of sink? The three forms
The
of sink
three
are
forms of sing are
sink, are,
sink,
are,
are,
sing,
sing,
sunk.
sang, sunk.
Yep, so what did Titanic sink? What did Titanic sink? The
The
Titanic sank
Titanic sank
in
in 1912.
Oh,
Yay!
you are the captain. You are the captain, so that's why. No, I'm not like anti-aerial. Like another. Do clouds float across the sky when it's a very windy day? Do clouds float across the sky when it's a very windy day? No, clouds
No,
don't
clouds
float
don't float
across the
across
sky
the sky
when it's a
when
very
it's
windy
a
day.
very windy day.
They race
They
across the
race
sky.
across the sky.
Yep, so give an example me of the expression to be on the safe side again. Give an example of the expression to be on the safe side. Let's catch an
Let's catch
earlier
an
train
earlier train
to the
to the
airport
airport
to be on the
to
safe
be
side.
on the safe side.
On the
On the
safe
safe
side.
side.
Yep, they always get an umbrella in winter just to be on the safe side. They always get an umbrella in winter just to be on the safe side. No, I don't
Yes.
always.
Yes.
You
I
don't.
do have.
You didn't. You have, but you don't carry.
What?
We're arguing, guys, for her answer. Okay. Yes, I
Yes,
always
I always
carry an umbrella
carry an umbrella
in winter
in winter.
just to be on the
Just
safe
be on
side.
the safe side.
Yes. Okay, fine. She conquered me. It's her class. I'm her teacher. No. Okay, anyways, of course, guys, look, Another, do you think that one day me in the future one country will conquer all the others? Do you think that one day in the future one country will conquer all the others? Yes, no.
No,
No, I don't think that
I
one
don't
day
think that one day
in the
in the
future
future
one country
one
will
country will
conquer
conquer
all the
all the
others.
others.
Maybe some right, but not us in. Okay, another. So, what is the difference between high tide and low tide? What is the difference between high tide and low tide? The
The
difference
difference
between
between
hmm? The difference
the
between
difference between
the connection, the difference
the
between high tide and
difference
low tide,
the difference
between
between
tide and
a
low
high
tide.
tide and a low tide.
What's a high tide?
Hmm?
Between high tide and low
High
tide,
tide and low
and what?
tide
Yep, is that
is that
high tide is
high tide
when
is when
the sea
the
comes
sea
into the
comes
land,
into the land,
and low
and
tide
low
is
tide is
when it goes
when
out
it goes
away, out away
out the way
from the land.
from the
From the
land.
land. Yes. What do you like? What do you like? Okay, another. Did the Greek Empire come before or after the Roman Empire? Yeah, my ancestors. Did the Greek Empire come before or after the Roman Empire? The Greek
The
Empire
Greek
came
Empire came
before the Roman
before the
Empire.
Roman Empire.
Yep. So, who do you think is the greatest literary figure of today in your country? Who do you think is the greatest literary figure of today in your country? I think
I
Haruki
think
Murakami
Haruki Murakami
is the
is
greatest
the
literary
greatest
figure
literary figure
of today in my
of today's
country.
in my country.
Today in my
Today
country.
in my country.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, no one's perfect, guys. Again, how is your country governed? Is your country governed? My country
My
is governed
country is
by
governed by
what? A democratic
a democratic
kind of system.
kind of
Which one?
system.
Okay, my country
My country, huh? My
is
country is
governed
governed
by
by
democratic
democratic
system
system
of
of
government.
government.
Yep, comment down below, guys. What is that? Okay, another example: survival of the fittest. Okay, what is the difference between a few and few? What's the difference between a few and few? The
The
difference
difference
between
between
a few
a
and
few
few
and
is
few
that
is that
a few
a
simply
few
means
simply means
not many,
not many,
whereas few
whereas
often
few of
expresses
often
often
expresses
expresses the idea of not
the
enough,
idea of not
not
enough,
idea, idea of not
idea
enough,
of not enough,
or fewer than
or fewer
expected.
than expected.
Oops, me. What do we mean if we say that there were few people at the party last night? What do we mean if we say that there were few people at the party last night? If we say
If we say
there were few
there were few
people
people
at the party
at a
last night,
party last night,
we mean that
we mean that
there weren't enough
there weren't
people
enough people
at a party,
at a party.
or that there were few people,
Uh,
or that
or that
there were few
there were
people, fewer people.
fewer people
Yep, than we had
than we
expected.
had expected.
Yep, that's correct. Another, would you feel sorry if someone who said that they had few friends? Again, you feel sorry if someone said that they had few friends. Yes, I'd feel
Yes, I
sorry.
feel sorry.
I'd feel
I'd
sorry for
feel
someone
sorry for someone
who said
who
that
said that
they had
they
few
had few
friends.
friends.
Yep. So me, would you feel sorry for someone who said that they had a few friends? Again, would you feel sorry if someone or for someone who said that they had a few friends? No, I wouldn't
No,
feel
I wouldn't
sorry
feel sorry
if
if
someone
someone
or for
or
someone
for someone
who said that
who said that
they had a
they
few
had a
friends.
few friends.
Yep, few
Few
friends.
friends.
Yep. In that town, are there few good restaurants? A few good restaurants, or many good restaurants? Again, in that town, are there few good restaurants? A few good restaurants, or many good restaurants? In this
In this
town,
town,
there are
there are few
few good
good
restaurants.
restaurants.
They must be good, right? Because it's only few. Anyways, another. So just a moment, me. I'm gonna be charging my laptop because you may be gone in a few
Oh.
moments. See, you can see that I'm loading. That's why, guys, because I'm already low battery. I'm low battery. Okay, another. So what do I mean if I say that? Did we have already this one? Not yet, right? So what is the difference between a little and little? What is the difference between a little and little? The
The
difference
difference
between
between
a
a
little and
little
little
and
is that
little is that
a little simply
a little
means
simply means
not much,
not much,
whereas little often
whereas little
expresses
often
little
little
little often
often
expresses
expresses
the idea
the
of not
idea of
enough
not enough
or less than
or less
expected.
than expected.
Yep. So what do I mean if I say me that I have little milk in the fridge? What do I mean if I say I have little milk in the fridge? If you
If you
say
say
you have
you
little
have
milk in
little
your
milk
fridge,
in your fridge,
you have
you have
little
little
milk
milk
in your
in your
fridge.
fridge,
Fridge. You mean
you
that
mean that
you don't have
you
enough
don't
milk
have enough milk
in your
in your
fridge.
fridge.
I have no fridge, guys. That's why I only order one. Like
Rich.
me. Not really. No. I don't buy CDs and DVDs like you. Again, do you think that you have a little free time, or a lot of free time? Again, do you think you have little free time, little free time, or a lot of free time? I think I
I
have.
think I have little free time.
Yes. Sorry, my mouth reacted. Before, guys, she had a lot, but now no more. She's busy person now. Wow. Okay, this time I'm gonna be pressing my thumb on the table because you are busy. what I, what am I doing? What am I doing? You're pressing
You're
your
pressing
thumb
your thumb
on the
on
table.
the table.
Okay, another, what does this sentence mean? I had to press him for the money I had lent him. Again, what does this sentence mean? I had to press him for the money I'd lent him. That sentence
That
means
sentence
that
means that
I had to
I
keep
had to
asking him
keep asking him
for it back.
for it back.
Yep, can we always believe everything we read about news, famous people in the press? Again, can we always believe everything we read about famous people in the press? No, we can't
No, we
always
can't
believe
always believe
everything we read
everything
about
we read about
famous people in the
famous people
press.
in the press.
Yep. Do you think there should be some control over what the press writes about such people? Again, do you think there should be some control over what the press writes about such people? Yes, I
Yes, I
think
think
there should be
there
some
should be some
control over
control over
what a press writes about. What a press
what a press
writes about
writes about
such people.
such people.
Yep. At about, for example, only about how many steps would you have to take to walk from one end of that room to the other? About how many steps would you have to walk or to take to walk from one end of that room to the other? I'd have to
I'd
take
have to
about
take about
how many
10
steps
steps
to walk
to
to
walk
walk from one
from
end
one
of this
end
room
of this room
to the
to
other.
the other.
You guys, it's just five something. Yeah, 5 seconds. Okay, another. So, what might happen if you stepped off a bus while it was still moving? What might happen if you stepped off a bus while it was still moving? If I
If
stepped
I
off a
stepped
bus
off a bus
while it was still
while it was
moving,
still moving,
I might
I might fall.
Correct. Okay, another. Do you have to walk up any steps to enter the building? Do you have to walk up any steps to enter the building? Yes, I have
Yes,
to
I have to
walk up some
walk some
steps.
walk up
Walk
some
up some
steps
steps to enter this
to enter
building.
this building.
Yep, would it be a big step for you to go and live in another country? Again, would it be a big step for you to go and live in another country? Yes, it'll be a
Yes,
big
it'll
step
be a big step
for me to
for
go
me
and
to
live
go and
in
live in
another country.
another country.
Yep, if a couple will go to a restaurant together, do you think they should each pay half the bill? If a couple go to a restaurant together, do you think they should each pay half the bill? Yes, no?
No.
No?
Yes.
If a couple? Oh, which
If a
one?
couple,
Which one? Yes or no?
it's okay. I can pay.
I told you guys. Oh my
But
gosh.
it's nice.
Yes. Okay. Okay.
If they
No.
pay
No.
me, right?
If a couple, if
If
a
a
couple
couple
go to a
go
restaurant
to a
together,
restaurant together,
I don't think
I
they
don't
should
think
each
they
pay
should each pay
half the bill.
half the bill
Why not? Why not? Because
because
I can pay.
I can pay.
The woman can pay, guys. Okay. Power. Women empowerment. She's so honest, guys. Another about how much does your phone bill generally come to per month? About how much does your phone bill generally come to per month? My phone bill
My
generally
phone bill generally
comes to about
comes to about
how much?
how
Hmm?
much?
Your bill. Not sure.
Free
My bill is only
now
free.
for a year.
Oh, per month. No, the usual. The usual. How much? Number.
Usually
There's no free in this
10.
world.
Oh, then yeah.
Guys, go to their place. It's free. Free phone bill. It comes to about how much? The usual
10,000 yen.
per month. Maybe my whole bill, not only electricity and phone. Maybe 200 yen. Can you imagine, guys? Philippines. Okay, another. What happens to a bill after it has been passed by parliament? Okay, what happens to a bill after it has been passed by parliament? After a bill has been passed,
After
a
a
bill
bill
has been passed
has been
by
passed by
parliament.
Parliament,
It becomes an act.
it becomes an
An
act.
act. An act.
An act.
Yep. So what do we use the words used to and what does it mean? Again, why do we use the words used to and what does it mean? We use the words used
Use the
to.
word used to.
Words
The
used to
words used to
for a habit
for a habit of
or repeated action in the
repeated
past.
action in the past.
Especially when the action is
Especially
when the
when
action
the
is
action is
now finished.
now finished.
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 Yep. Give an examples. Give examples. I used to go to the
I
cinema a
used to
lot
go to the cinema a lot
when I was a child.
when I was a child.
It's a prank. We did. I never. Okay, another. Did you used to speak English better in the past than you speak it now? Did you used to speak English better in the past than you speak it now? Yes, no. No, I didn't used to speak
Used to
English
speak English
better in the
better
past
in the past
than I speak it
than I
now.
speak it now.
I used
I
to speak it
used to speak
worse
it worse
than I
than
speak it
I
now.
speak it now.
I speak it now.
I speak it now.
I
I
speak
speak it now.
No, no.
Now.
I said, no. Like another, did you used to eat a lot of sweets when you were a child? Did you used to eat a lot of sweets when you were a child? Yes, no?
Yes.
I used to.
Used to eat.
Say it, yes. No, yes. I used
I
to
used
eat
to eat
a lot of
a lot of
sweets
sweets
when I was a
when I
child.
was a child.
You're making it secret. Yes, guys, she does. She did. And she still.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah. Why not, right? Another. What about this? What do the letters BC mean? Again, what do the letters BC mean? The
The
letters
letters
BC
busy
mean
mean
before
before
Christ.
Christ.
Yep. Another. What do the letters AD mean? What do the letters AD mean? The letters
The
AD
letters
mean
AD mean
Anno Domini
and Domini
from the Latin
from the
meaning
Latin meaning
in the year
in the
of our
year
Lord.
of our Lord.
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 Although we usually think
Although we
of
usually
this
think of this
as meaning after
as
Christ.
meaning after Christ.
Yep, when someone is on trial, do they have to promise to tell the truth in court? Like when someone is on trial, do they have to promise to tell the truth in court? Yes, when
Yes,
someone
when
is on
someone is
trial,
on trial,
they have to
they
promise
have
to
to promise
tell
to tell
the truth
the
in
truth
court.
in court.
Yep, so I bet that's it because you're gonna be chasing again. So I really want to say goodbye in a formal way, you know? Thank you so much, Miyu. Have a good afternoon.
Bye bye.
See you then.